Alright, so this is basically like the science behind spark plugs. So if you have watched a video that Evinrude boat motor that I was working on, I decided now that I finally got it around, I'm just gonna give the plugs all a really good cleaning, and since I had them out a few times, I'm just put a little bit of anti-seize around them. But so if you see here, I started by the one, and a lot of guys go against this, but I actually just used a wire wheel on my bench grinder. I used a soft one. Um, it doesn't take off really any of the sharpness around here. It just eats the carbon off. It's just enough to eat the carbon off. So that's what I do. A lot of people prefer torching these and stuff. Sometimes you gotta watch how hot you get them, because if these inner electrode glows, you can separate the ceramic insulator from the inside there, and you can get arcing on the inside. And the plug will look fine, it'll look clean and stuff, but it won't work correctly. The first one I'm going to do is I'm going to test the resistance on the plugs. Make sure we're all getting good contact through these plugs. These are non-resistor plugs. There's no R in anywhere up here, so these are non-resistor plugs. These are resistor plugs, and I'm just going to demonstrate the difference here. These are both good plugs. So first off, the test to make sure we're not getting that the plug's getting contact, to make sure the plug is good. We're going to stick the red one. I guess it really doesn't matter which way it goes when you're testing resistance, but you can stick the red one right in between there. Make sure we're getting up on the inner electrode. And without touching this, because your body has resistance on it, just put it on there, and it should go to 0. So that means it's getting full contact through that plug. And we're going to do that with all of them. But I'm going to make sure I clean them first and everything before I do that. Now, these are resistor plugs here. These are out of something totally different. As you can see, there's an R right here. You stick that through here, and then I test it now. And I'm getting like a resistance of like 11. So that's the difference between these plugs and just conventional straight through plugs. See, that one's got a resistance on it too. There's an R right here. So now I'm going to show you how I clean them. So what I basically do is turn on the bench grinder. Wipe them off. Now after I do that, it's very important that you spray, take compressed air, and you put some carbon down through here. That's you just blow some compressed air down through the inside the plug here, because after, not that you've thrown any of that carbon or get any piece of the wire wheel down in there, that can damage your cylinder. So that's a good idea to do that, because that stuff can damage your cylinder. Like I said, I'll test this one too, and I've already tested them all. You can test them when they're dirty too. They'll all come out too as a resistance of 0. That's what you want. If you have a non-resistor plug and you're getting a resistance on it, or it just stays at the number 1, like here, see that? If it stays at that, and you're making sure that you're getting full contact right here and stuff like that, and it stays at 1, or it's getting a resistance, the plug's bad, and chances are you have arcing on the inside here if it is still working. So you need to replace the plug. Another way to tell, that's basically to tell physical signs. Sometimes you don't really know if the plug's bad or not until it's in the engine. Just sometimes, like I said, it can arc in here and then the engine won't run right, or it won't have run at all, or be really hard to start. And sometimes it can arc right out to the outside here too. And usually what you'll see is little gray, or I guess brownish lines going through here, and that's another way you can tell that the plug's bad. I don't have any plugs to demonstrate what that looks like, but and I don't really have a bad plug to show, but if it stays at 0, it doesn't get any resistance, then the plug's bad. But if you have a resistor plug with an R on it and you're getting a resistance, it shouldn't go higher than 20. I don't think so, because all plugs are different, so all the resistance on each plug is going to be different, but it shouldn't go higher than that. And but yeah, these plugs don't have resistors in them. These plugs have resistors in them, so you're going to have resistance on it. if you still stay at 1 on a resistor plug, the plug's bad, or if the resistance is higher than what it should be. Honestly, plugs are about $2-3 each, so if you suspect the plug to be bad, just replace it. But I figured I'd show you guys that a little bit something on there. So that's basically all it is to spark plugs, really.